Welcome to Megadon's Gaming. I'm here to bring you the probably the last community crunch for Ark Ascended. Ark, not Ark Ascended. For Ark Survival Evolved. Pardon. I know the audio may sound a little different. I apologize. I'm upstairs. I'm not down in my office. So we're recording this upstairs. So bear with me on this. So it's Community Crunch 381. They put out the dossier for the Shastasaurus. You know, and so Sunsets on ASC, New Horizons on ASA, and the FAQ. So basically, welcome to another edition of Community Crunch, and they put the music on there as we stand on the horizon, the ending era. Dawn of the next, we'll take a moment to reflect on the extraordinary journey we have shared. Your exuberance, your sense of community, the vivid tapestries of experience that you've woven in the world of Ark. Survival Evolves truly has brought to our creation to life. You're the beating heart of our little dinosaur game. What a bunch of bullshit. We're the beating heart. They don't listen to a fucking thing we say anyway. Someone might consider the upcoming transition a bittersweet occasion, punctuated by a sense of loss and sadness. We feel otherwise. Unofficial ASC is in great hands, yours. But as chapter one concludes, another unfolds. And again, our stories will mix with yours to create something greater than the sum of two parts. Remember, it's not farewell, it's see you real soon. With more SA news, reveals, gameplay, and ultimately the launch of Ark Survival Ascended is near the end of October. So, survivors, thank you for the 8 incredible years. Here's to many more. With heartfelt gratitude and dino-sized enthusiasm, the Studio Wildcard team. So, again, and they're introducing everybody to the favorite submarine story and the supersized Shastasaurus, which I don't know how I feel about the whole thing. Anyway, neither here nor there. We can go down through this, but if you really want to, you can see this on the Community Crunch. I'm not going through the whole Shastasaurus thing. So let's go to the Q&A here for the Ark Survival Ascended. Because I know you've seen other YouTubers, putting out this shit like on Wednesday and Thursday and shit about they knew and everything when it's a loaded bunch of bullshit. A loaded bunch of bullshit. Definitely this world is in a crisis. Anyway, hello, survivors. We're going to recap some of the information we've shared regarding Ark Survival Ascended in this crunch, along with touching on some topics that haven't been covered and expanding on some that have. If you have been you've been following along for the last couple months, you might already know some of this information. We've seen a lot of questions lately, so let's start with the basics, diving into some of the more frequently asked questions for the community. If you already know about ASA Phil Screeves, yeah. What is Ark Survival Ascended? Yeah, it's going to be a remake of our beloved Ark, harnessing the power of Unreal Engine 5. When is it launching? Well, the launch is around the corner. We'll reveal the launch trailer screenshots and set the game live at the end of October. You'll be able to play Ark Ascended on Xbox Series X, S, PlayStation 5, PC, and Windows 10. When are you doing it? Or why are you doing it? I'm sorry. There are various reasons we decided to take this approach. One is to refine the development of the team skills on the UE file. I need to fucking develop the whole team skills in the whole fucking game. And how far it can be pushed for next generation titles like Ark 2. Let's face it. This is put out because they have no fucking clue or the money to make Ark 2 right now. So this is coming out to make money for Ark 2. They probably not even fucking started on yet. Let's be honest about that. I'm not going to clickbait you. I'm not going to pull this other bullshit. I'm not going to top 10 you to fucking death. I'm going to give you the truth. I'm not a big channel. I really don't care. I'm not out here to make money. I'm out here just to keep people informed. So, finally, the ultimate reason, where's Ark 2 being designed? As Souls-like adventure, yeah, we want to provide a community with an, evergreen classic Ark experience, want to continue to grow. And I'm going to tell you, if Ark 2 has the freaking soul, like, the Souls, like Dark Souls, like combat scenes and shit, you can fucking forget me buying it. Because it's just, they fuck the game for me with that. Okay, how are you leveraging this new technology? Well, another question could result in quite a mouthful of response. Let's try to keep it simple. Here's what will be coming with ASA. Ark's code base has been rewritten and its artwork recreated by hand to take full advantage of Unreal Engine 5, including the Lumen and Nanite systems. Advanced graphic features such as dynamic water, which I did see some of the Fluid Ninja integration. It looks really good. Complete interaction, physical foliage, and more systems to create immersive next generation. So basically what's going to happen on day one of launch, One of my tribe mates, Enraged Pumpkin, who is also a YouTube content creator, will be running around going, look at the pretty tree, look at that leaf, look at the water, look at that rock, because that's just him. And I love you, Enraged Pumpkin. If you haven't checked out his channel, please go check out Enraged Pumpkin. He's down in my favorites list on my channel. Trust me, you'll love it. Okay. So anyway, cross-platform modding, while we're working with Overwolf to provide an industry-first cross-platform modding experience where the mods can be created on PC or delivered directly to your consoles for my custom modding back end in the game user mod browser. The modding capabilities for creators using the full power of Unreal Engine 5, including the blueprint to create anything, any kind of new content or gameplay with Ark. So basically, what that means is we're finally going to be getting Dinosaur Overall X when they bring it up to Ark Ascended and all that other stuff that the PC players have always been able to use. It'll be pretty cool to mess around with that thing, because I do like Primal Fear and Dinosaur Overall X. So here we go again. We're also going with the full cross-platform multiplayer, which means eventually we're going to be playing on the same servers as PC players and PS5 players, as well as Xbox players. So, new content, quality of life improvements, balanced gameplay changes, including but not limited to, over the time they'll be releasing 11 brand new creatures, more than any previous DLC expansions. They're implementing a new minimap system, the pan, zoom, pings, new structures, display cases, smaller tech teleporters, which I've been wanting to see the tech teleporters for a long time for console. Building pieces, my buddy Deadshot will be fucking thrilled with the new building shit. A major building system overhaul, new gameplay items, dynamic navigation meshing, creature pathfinding, overall AI pathfinding. The total UI is going to be revamped. Photo mode. New camera systems for players and dinos with the option to revert to the old system. So basically that's cool. If you don't fucking like it, then we can go back to the older version of it. New player character assets and revamped improved customization. Game pad virtual cursor in the UI input system. New Dino Manager. View the real-time status and track the locations of your creatures. For anything like me that mine always get lost, this will be awesome, and you will be able to one unified menu and much more. A key thing to remember in Ark Survival Ascended will include all previously released DLCs and maps in its remastered form, and will have its own content roadmap. This will include many new story content for the game and its own gameplay, quality of life changes, new DLC, seasonal events, and more things that we're not quite ready to talk about yet. Okay, all right, start to safe to read again. I'm sorry, I'm been ill all weekend, but so bear with me. Okay. Question: where will there be a pre-order, get access to the game early, or exclusive content, or preloading? The answer is we are not planning on making Ark Survival Ascended available for pre-order. You can purchase the game towards the end of October when we reveal the trailer and related media. There are no plans to allow anyone to have access to the game early. You will have to have access to it all at the same time. No intention to release exclusive content, only available at launch. Okay. As we intended to set the game live immediately when it's ready to purchase and cannot be preloaded. Okay. Question. Tell us more about crossplay. How will that work? Okay. So they're going to have a 3-phase system for rolling out the crossplay. This is because it allows us to iterate more rapidly after launching a fresh title, meaning making and managing our operations less complicated, allowing us to deliver you a better experience while waiting for updates on the engine plug-in side to enhance the experience further. Okay, phase 1, launch time frame October. TLDR crossplay will be enabled for Xbox Series X and S, Windows PC, and PlayStation 5, but crossplay will not work for Steam at launch. Why? Frankly, because when we launch, we'll have to patch a lot. You're going to find things we missed or break the game in the ways that we've never identified. And we prefer to be able to patch the Steam platform very quickly. There's all these issues. Note this. Do you note this? They're basically now admitting their shit breaks. And they always have to patch a bunch of shit because they can't figure out how to do it right the first time. Once the game has passed the launch hurdles and has entered a more stable state, certifying builds on other platforms will be quicker, and At that point, they'll be looking to enabling the full crossplay. We'll split official servers between the retrospective crossplay platforms. We'll also intend to host some servers that are crossplay only between Xbox X and PlayStation 5 to keep out the PC master race. Folks, namely, so you can stop asking about it on Twitter. All right, phase 2 is only full crossplay for all platforms, meaning the system, meaning Steam can play with Xbox and vice versa, which will be pretty cool. At this point, we'll be able, at a stage where the game can be fully enabled crossplay for all platforms. They'll be merging the PC Steam network with the specific Xbox, PlayStation, and Windows network. What this means is that we'll be aiming to patch all platforms simultaneously to keep them running on the same version. And at this point, Steam users will be able to play on the same servers as their console friends directly. This applies to both official and unofficial servers, but don't worry, we will have a separate official network online that just restricts to Xbox and PlayStation users without the PC. It don't really matter to me one way or another because I play on PvE anyway. But I know for a lot of you out there, it will make a difference for the ones who are playing on, PvP. So, player 3, cross progression, or phase 3, I'm sorry, cross progression time frame 2024. Cross progression that isn't going to be enabled at full crossplay because we'll need to integrate some of the forthcoming updates to the Epic Online Store system. We don't have an exact time frame for that. It's out of control. It's out of their control. And integration may take some time. Plus, we'll be working out the kinks for how we intend to enable cross progression for existing accounts. And so they'll share more on that later. Okay, question. What changes have been made to the servers? Okay, so they've made a few changes to the servers. First of all, they've been increasing the stasis replication range for structures significantly. Basically, I think what that means is you will be able to see the rendering a little bit more by about 70%. Yeah, it means you'll be able to see them farther away before they de-render. Additionally, they'll be making use of the instance rendering for all structures, tile sets, thinking building pieces, meaning bases are going to run a lot better. At the moment, they're still going to keep the servers capped at 70, which I don't blame them. With a lot of the other changes we've made, we've had to make some trade-offs right now. Now, the tech nor the hardware isn't quite there to increase the slot cap much higher. They will be evaluating this over time and see whether they can increase it, as further engines updates. That's basically as Unreal Engine 5 keeps going through the updating process. Optimizing, being able to come through either Epic or them. Of course, player-run unofficial servers can increase to 100 players. That is highly viable if they reduce the stasis range or lower the maximum dino counts. Okay, so what content have been made for day one? Caves, rafts, cryopods, techs, and giant squirrels. Giant squirrels, I'm imagining they're talking about mailings. This hot topic is where they really want to clarify their intentions. But we wouldn't be surprised if some things have slipped through the cracks. Generally, we intend on releasing the content based on the map as it launched with. It doesn't matter when it launched. For example, the rafts will be available on day one. The Ryan Afra will be on the island. However, the tech creature variants and cryopods will not be available. It means like no tech stegos, no tech parasaurs, no tech rexes at this point, or cryopods. Which for me, I'm not happy about, but I've been playing this game for over 7 years, ergo I predate the cryopods anyway. So, but it's going to fuck with a lot of people that have never played without cryopods. There's going to be some crying, but it is what it is. That just separates the actual players from the wannabes, as far as I'm concerned. We have done a pass on the caves with some balance adjustments, choke points, improved caves' internal appearance. We are hesitant to make dramatic changes to the cave balances while the meta is in ASE have flaws, though he didn't feel like a complete overhaul was wise. Between these changes and other adjustments throughout the game, we expect to see some shifts in meta players. Great. We plan to monitor the impact of these moving parts in the hands of thousands of players and pivot them as needed post-launch. Basically, they're going to let us be guinea pigs through there, and if whatever shit's fucked, they'll try to fix. Okay, honestly, there are a fair number of changes on the gameplay side. They're overhauling the building structures. Disable leveling of movement speed on creatures and players on the official network. Oh, that means we're not going to be able to up our own movement speed. That means we're not going to be able to up our dino's movement speeds, which really fucking sucks. Small dino quality of life. Breeding changes. This one sounds scary, we know. Our product and Q&A team were freaking out about it. But generally, our intention has been to change the strength of creatures to make the inflammations cleaner. Previously, mutations were based on a creature's wild stat multiplier, and now we've given it its own multiplier. This has led to some creatures receiving some buffs and slash nerfs in particular stats. But we intend to rebalance this over time and evaluate their roles in the meta. We'll want your feedback on that. We have not fixed getting more than 20 mutations, thank God for small miracles, but they've removed the 255 cap that servers can specify a cap. They'll leave it out. As for officials 255, it's open to adjustments. Of course, these examples don't cover everything you expect to redesign an ASA. We could wax lyrical about the environment, water, sky, how adorable wild babies are, and we'll let the game speak for 1,000 words really soon. Yeah, cool. Okay, question. Character creation overhaul. It is paramount that our art team that we overhaul the character creation systems for ASA so our characters look less like survival jank. We successfully did that. They've decided to say screw it and allow you to mess with all the bones and scalars anyway. So yeah, you can make something that feels nice, polished, or you can choose to make a character of questionable proportions that look like it belongs to Ark Survival Evolved but next gen. Alright. Is there new Gareth Coker music? Sorry, in the main menu, can't you hear the new Gareth? Again, I didn't play it. Q, DLS, RTXD, and FrameJam. They are working very closely with NVIDIA on those things. They are actually in our game code themselves doing all these things. You can read more about this on the system site of the blogs, but our goal is to launch with as much as we can or have it shortly after. Unreal Engine 5.2. Why not 5.3? I don't really care one way or the other. Just release the fucking game. Unreal Engine 5.3 is relatively a recent release, and they've been keeping up, well, all the sides that Epic is working on. It's too soon for us to integrate it thoroughly, quite frankly, quite risky, so close to launch. For now, we've decided to cherry pick some of the things from 5.3 that they like, such as nav mesh improvements, as well as the landscapes, and over time, they'll continue to upgrade 5.3 and beyond. All right, gameplay win. You will 100% be able to see the game via the trailer screenshots before you purchase the game in October. Not get any more specific on that because they never fucking do. Now, if you see fucking dipshits out there on their channels with we've got the latest gameplay and trailers and screenshots before it gets really close to launch, don't click on it. It's just bullshit. That's all it is. What about the cheaters? Well, we're still working on the anti-cheat for ASA. We won't be sharing any more information about the anti-cheat because it doesn't benefit anyone to do so. The anti-cheat will also work in cross-platform and intend to create more systems that use our live operations to battle against cheaters, which again, we won't talk much about because it's better that we keep that close to our chest. We'll be doing another bounty program with ASA where you can look forward to making some money while making hackers cry as they lay in their soft bed alone with their parents disappointed in them. Okay. What is the thing for Survival of the Fittest 5.0? So they're going back to the name SOTF. It felt easier than to say TSOTF. More importantly, SOTF will not be available at launch. And we will intend to do it, but we're putting all our time, research, energy, sweat, blood, remastering the game to make it as good as possible. After launch, we'll be tracking remastering SOTF as an in-game downloadable mod for winter release. Let's see, with no SOTF, will there still be a queue? There will not be a queue system at launch, giving as that we intend to have it implemented with SOTF. They're still weighing up technicalities. Implementing this is, not worth it. Depends on the direction of SOTF. They can hear the concerns about, queue botting and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, configures can be disabled and will be on their official PvP servers as well as implemented measures to prevent such as blocking from the same connection hardware, yada, yada, yada. All right, the events, which is what I was interested in. ASA content. They're still going to be doing the events, folks. The first ASA will be the Extra Life event, which will be awesome because when they release it, it gets us a chance to get tames and eggs and everything together for the Extra Life event to try to get shit like, jazzed up and going quick. Bonus rates and all that jazz. They'll be doing their first content related event in December, which will be the Winter Wonderland. Just as mentioned before, the ASA is its own content roadmap, but it's too soon to talk about that. Creature submissions, what's the plan? It's taken so long to get the Shasta dossier done because of the game design and tech investigation required to ensure the variable for that creature's abilities without destroying the game. It's a challenge that they're getting it done. They kind of threw a span in their calendar. They might take a break. Voter fatigue is creeping. Plus, once ASA ships, the meta might establish it for different ways, types of creatures that they'll want to be able to give you some time before the next vote. Okay. Let's see. Developer Q&A, blogs, vlog streams. We intentionally been very quiet about the last year. Well, all right, I'm not going through all that because that's just their bullshit. Yeah, they're always fucking quiet because they don't know what they're doing anyway half the time. So it is what it is. Live ops updates on official server saves. On Thursday the 5th, they'll be providing access to your PC safe so you'll be able to directly rent a server from Nitrado or who can host your PC or console saves. Nitrado servers are using the official games saves that are now available for the pre-order. Order your server today and save an additional 10% discount by using your promo code Legacy. You'll be able to access official games for all platforms, PlayStation, PC, and Xbox. Easily import these saved games using the web interfaces. Have access to comprehensive FAQ guides for everything. For more information, please go to and by the way, the promo is not available for the Xbox version. Go fucking figure. It doesn't matter. And I'm not going to give a shit about the community corner or that creator either. So, as it sits, that's the news we know now. I'm sorry it's been so long between videos, but I really don't feel the point in putting out content that's not necessary. Like every 2 minutes, another one's putting out, super secret information, and it's all just bullshit. So that's where things going now. Goodbye to all Ark Survivor Evolved. We'll be putting a video out on kind of a saying goodbye to that just for shits and giggles. And I want to thank everybody who's been hanging out with me all this time. You don't need to like or subscribe to watch this content. I see it all the time, and fuck that. But, if you want to comment, I'd love to hear from you, opinions and everything. Do you think this is going to be a good thing with all this stuff going into ASA, or do you think it's going to be a bad thing? Once again, watch out for the clickbaiters. They're just trying to get your views. It's bullshit. Because, of course, they make money. And I don't begrudge them making money off of YouTube and that. But I do begrudge is false advertisement. I begrudge people putting a sprinkle of truth in a 90% bullshit video where they can skirt clickbaiting. And I find it ridiculous. But, it is what it is. So, everybody, have a great evening and happy arcing. And I will catch you all in the next video. Later, everybody.